Welcome back, guys. Equity Podcast. Berek here. We're talking nature versus nurture today. So, I've had this conversation before, and you hear it every once in a while. Is it nature versus nurture? And the answer is it's both. That's the answer. People are born, and some tend to be more shy, some tend to be more outgoing, some do this, do that. However, there's also a bit of that nurture, right? How your parents bring you up is going to change who you are. It's going to have an effect on you as you grow. Here's the thing, though, is that it doesn't matter if it's nature or nurture, because we only have control over one of those things. As adults, we can't control what nature gave us. What we can control is how we nurture ourselves. What kind of environment we put ourselves in. That is what we can control. So it doesn't make sense to dwell on, this or that happened before, because we can't control that. Even things that happened in the past. Even that your parents may have done whatever to how you are today. We can't control that, but what we can do is control how we are nurturing ourselves now. We can control how we take those events and how we interpret them, right? So it's the nurture that matters for ourselves, and also it matters if we're parents. So, for example, it doesn't matter how my daughter came out shy or not. What am I going to do to nurture her to be the best possible person she can be? How can I help her reach her potential? What are the things that I can focus on that can help her reach her best? As a coach, what can I do? It doesn't matter that Sally and John can't squat. It doesn't matter what they've done before. I need to focus on what I can control and how I can nurture them to get better, to get to them, to help them get to where they need to get. Focusing on the nature side doesn't help. Oh man, your hips are just really narrow. I don't, whatever. That's just how it is. Or I can focus on, hey, let's try something else. Maybe we need to work on external rotation of the hip. Let's focus on what we can nurture. We need to spend more time standing, or more time walking, or more time. We need to get up a little bit more during the day. So we need to focus on those things that we can in any part of our life, right? In our job, in our career, in our home life, in our relationships. Same thing with our relationships. What can we do to nurture a better relationship? I was listening to a podcast with Hale. He wrote The Miracle Morning, and Hale Elrod. That's it. And he was talking about how he wanted a better relationship with his wife, and most relationships are in a reciprocal relationship, right? If you're rude to somebody, they're going to be rude back to you. If you're nice to somebody, they're going to be nice back to you. And people have bad days, so there's time where they might be a little bit rude or whatever. And he decided, hey, I'm not going to be that. My wife cannot do anything to me. Her attitude towards me is not going to affect my attitude towards her. And he said that completely changed everything. Now, all of a sudden, when you're constantly giving that good energy, when you're constantly doing that, how do you think that other person is going to react, right? He started controlling what he could. He started nurturing a better relationship with his wife, and he got that, right? Is it going to be perfect? No, right? What we're not looking for perfect, though. What we're looking for is better. Is it better than where we were before? And that's what we want to start building towards. So how do we start doing that? We start doing that by looking at the habits and the processes that are going to help us get towards better, right? So by not letting his wife affect his mood towards her, it might affect him internally, but he's not going to. He was going to help. He was going to show her that kindness every time. He wasn't going to let the little things get under his skin. What are the habits that are going to do that? Maybe Every time, whenever you leave the house, you kiss your wife goodbye or kiss your spouse goodbye, right? Every time you come back, you give your spouse a hug, right? You show that affection every time they come or leave, right? That's a great, like, you just do that once. It might be a little bit weird to start, and then you start building a habit, and all of a sudden it's just part of you, and now you're showing that affection more often, right? And it's going to start nurturing a better relationship. When somebody walks in the door and you're excited, right? Think about when your dog, when you come home and your dog is like you're like, yeah, that fucking dog's awesome, right? So when you show that type of feelings towards somebody else, that's probably going to help, right? I really missed you today, right? Every single day when Elle comes home from school, I would tell her that I missed you. Same thing with Krista if we're apart for extended periods of time, which isn't often, but every once in a while. So we're looking for better, not perfect, and we're looking for the processes and habits to help us get to that. What are the things that I can do consistently to help me get there? Another part of this is identity, right? If I'm trying to be better in a relationship, I'm going to be the type of husband that does this. That every time I leave, I kiss my spouse. Every time I come back, I hug them, right? Whatever that is, I'm always there for dinner. My phone has a home. When I get home, it has a spot. It doesn't follow me around the house. What is the identity that you want? And not just broad. Get very specific with it. It's not, I am a good father. I am a good mother. I am a good spouse. It's, I am a good spouse that does X, Y, and Z, right? Get super specific with that. Like, what are those habits? That is the identity that we're trying to build. I am an athlete that works on mobility when I'm watching TV at night. I am an athlete that does the plate method for every single meal. I eat a balanced meal every single time. Meal, snack, it's always balanced. I'm the type of athlete that weighs and measures all their food, that tracks how each workout felt and what was the limiting factor, that identifies movement inefficiencies so I can be more efficient in my movement, right? Be super specific on that identity that you're trying to build. The last one, so we're trying to level up. We're trying to nurture what we want. Another a metaphor that I've heard before from somebody that I follow is it's a ladder. All right, so you have a ladder, and on one of those rungs, on the uprights, you have skills. Like, these are skill, and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be skills in a relationship, skills in your career, skills in being an athlete, whatever you want it to be. Then the other rung is going to be character traits. Like, these are the things that you need to be successful, right? You need the discipline, and you need, to be grateful. You need whatever character traits that make you that type of person. You need to be meticulous. You need to be detail oriented. That type of stuff. So we have those two rungs, and then we have the middle, which are beliefs in yourself. So what happens is people can get all these skills, right? So you have this thing that's 10 rows up, and then you have all the character traits, and they're like 8 rows up, but your beliefs, the aligned beliefs, are like 2, right? And you're just wondering why you can't make any progress. You got all these skills, you got all of these traits, but your beliefs just aren't there. Now, if you can get that next rung, or maybe it's the skills are really low and the other 2 are really high. You have the beliefs, you have the traits, but your skills just aren't there. And you're able to take that skill, from a 2 to an 8. All of a sudden, you can just jump up there because you already have the other part of the ladder built. So what is that thing that's limiting you? Is it beliefs? Is it skills? Is it traits? What's that thing that's limiting you to get to where you want to in that area of your life, right? We want to build that ladder and not just 2 parts of it. We need all 3. a lot of times it's the belief in ourselves that gets in the way most of the time, right? Getting skills, you just learn that skill. You watch YouTube, you take a course, you learn from a coach, you do those things, you figure it out, right? The character traits, hey, what are the things that I need to do? What are the habits and processes to build this character trait? How to become mentally tough, how to become disciplined, what are the things I need to do, right? We can learn how to do those character traits. The beliefs in self, that's something that can be really hard to get through. I am capable of this. I can go this far. I can get that promotion at work. I can compete for quarterfinals, right? Whatever that is. What is the type of person that can do those type of things? So, wherever that struggle is coming from, these are some things that we can start thinking about. Control what you can control that those habits and those processes that are going to help you be the type of person you want to be. Hope this was helpful. Like always, thank you. I truly appreciate you guys watching. If you have any comments for me, let me know. I love hearing from them. And if you have any ideas for me to talk about, let me know. Thank you so much. Invest in yourself. I'm serious.